Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is the week of Christmas, so I figured it would be fun to do a Christmas themed book tag. I am doing the Cozy Christmas book tag, and I will link the original creator of this tag down below. Definitely go check out her channel. So the first question for this tag is Twinkling Lights. What is the most beautiful book you own? This is hard because I love all my books a lot. I think there's so many pretty ones, but if I had to choose just a couple, I really like the Barnes & Noble collectible editions of these classic books. I'm trying to collect quite a few of them, and one of them is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Other Stories. This edition of Alice, I think, is so stunning. It has the most beautiful spine. I love the color. Look at the details on the back. The pages are all silver. It's so pretty. Even the end papers are amazing. I think this book is beautiful. Another one that's also a Barnes & Noble edition is Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh so much. If you don't know, I used to work at Disney, and I may have been a character performer, and I may have been Winnie the Pooh at Walt Disney World, and it was the best experience ever. So I love Winnie the Pooh, and this edition I think is so stunning. Again, look how cute the little spine is, and the back has this quote that I love, and then when you open it up, it has the big map. I think it's so beautiful, and it has illustrations throughout that I think are so stunning. So I love this edition. And then not Barnes & Noble, I absolutely love the UK hardcover for Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. It's so wintry and pretty. I love everything about it. So I would also have to say this one. A Perfect Tree. Will you pay more to get the prettiest edition of a book? So with the ones I just showed you, you would think so. I am very frugal with money. So actually, believe it or not, I do not like to spend a lot of money on really pretty special editions. I think that they're stunning. The editions like Folio Society and Juniper Books, even the leather-bound Brandon Sanderson books are all stunning. They're just too much money for me. I just can't, in my mind, justify spending that much money on special editions. Even like the special edition Luma Crate and Fae Crate and Owl Crate boxes, like I just can't do it. I can't justify it. So I actually don't spend money on special editions of books. But if there's a choice between like getting the paperback or the hardcover on a book, I will typically go with the hardcover if I can find a good deal on it, or if I find it at a used bookstore or used online. I like trying to collect hardcovers in general, but in terms of like actually spending a lot of money on special editions, the most I'll spend is the $25 for the Barnes & Noble editions. So no. Build a snowman. Make a Christmas book stack. Oh my god, these I'm so lazy. Okay, I'll try. There you go. Here's your Christmas book stack. Is that good enough? That's good enough, right? Crackling Fire. What book makes you feel warm and cozy? So I'm actually going to go with a very wintry type of book for this question, because if it's wintertime and I'm curling up with this book, I'm instantly going to feel cozy. And that is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, or the whole Winter Night trilogy in general. I think this is definitely one of my favorite fantasy series of all time. I think it's so fantastic. But the first one is definitely, I feel like, the most like cozy, wintry. It's very contained, very like slow and beautiful. So I really love this one. I think it's just a perfect like cozy wintertime book. So this series. Knee-high socks. What is the longest book you've read? So I don't know, because my Outlander editions are the mass market paperback editions, so the page counts are humongous for those. And I don't think that the page counts are that long if you actually get like the standard paperback edition or the hardcover edition. But like, for example, my Fiery Cross edition has 1,443 pages. So, I mean, technically, I guess I read that many pages for this book, and it felt very, very long. Another option, if you don't count that, would be Rhythm of War, which is the hardcover edition is 1,219 pages. So I think that's the longest Stormlight book. And then there's It by Stephen King I read, which was 1,153. So I think Rhythm of War technically would beat out the Outlander books because I have the mass market paperbacks for those. But reading that whole series definitely feels like an accomplishment and definitely feels like the longest series I've ever read. Those books are humongous and they are dense, but I do love that series. Ugly Sweaters. What's the ugliest book you own? Oh, that's sad. That's hard. I feel kind of bad answering that, but I guess if I had to choose, I don't like these Wheel of Time covers, like the Eye of the World. First of all, this color, that like brownish red, is just not appealing. I just really don't like this design at all. So maybe like Eye of the World. Blizzards, a book set in winter or a book that gives you chills or has dark themes. Okay, I have a good one. I got The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I love this book. It's one of my top 10 favorite non-SFF books of all time. It's set in Alaska. It has really dark themes. It's about this family who has this abusive father who's coping with PTSD from fighting in the Vietnam War, and they live in Alaska, and it's so scary, but so good. There's so much tension, and just reading this, you feel cold and you feel like so much dread for the characters. It's so good though. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. So I love this book, and it definitely like fits the bill for a book set in winter that gives me chills. So good though. I can't recommend this enough. It's so good. Home for the holidays. For the rereaders out there, are there any books that feel like going home? I do not reread books really. I actually want to get better about this because I have a lot of books on my shelf that if I keep a book that I've already read, it means that eventually I would like to reread that book. So all of these, technically, if I've read them, I would love to reread them in the future. I think the one that I have reread was Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, so I'm gonna have to say Stormlight for this, just because I love that world. I love those characters. It's my favorite fantasy series so far, so that feels like going home because I love being a part of that world and with those characters. I just love it. I'll say Stormlight for this, but I do need to get better about rereading. That is the Cozy Christmas book tag. If you would like to participate in this tag, please do. Please, if you're watching, consider yourself tagged. I'd love to see some other folks do this, and I would love to see your answers for it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have the happiest of holidays. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!